Dude, what happened? Dude, I lost my notebook, man. Do you know who stole it? No, I have no idea. I'll tell you how you can find out. There's a very scientific method. It's known as DNA fingerprinting, and it was evolved and proposed by Alex Jeffreys in 1964. DNA fingerprinting, also called DNA typing in genetics, method of isolating and making images of sequences of DNA, also known as deoxyribonucleic acid. The technique was developed in 1984 by the British geneticist Alex Jeffreys after he noticed the existence of certain sequences of DNA called mini-satellites that do not contribute to the function of a gene but are repeated within the gene and in other genes of a DNA sample. Jeffreys also determined that each organism has a unique pattern of these mini-satellites, the only exception being multiple individuals from a single zygote, for example, identical twins.
The procedure for creating a DNA fingerprint consists of first obtaining a sample of cells containing DNA, example from skin, blood or hair, extracting the DNA and purifying it. The DNA is then cut at specific points along the strand with substances called restriction enzymes. This produces fragments of varying lengths that are sorted by placing them on a gel and then subjecting the gel to an electric current and carrying out the process of electrophoresis. The shorter the fragment, the more quickly it will move toward the positive pole known as the anode. The sorted double-stranded DNA fragments are then subjected to a blotting technique in which they are split into single strands and transferred onto a nylon sheet. The fragments undergo autoradiography in which they are exposed to DNA probes, pieces of synthetic DNA that have been made radioactive and that bind to the mini-satellites. A piece of X-ray film is then exposed to the fragments and a dark mark is produced at any point where a radioactive probe has become attached. The resultant pattern of these marks can be then analyzed.
Can you tell us what are the applications of DNA fingerprinting?
Creating genetically engineered plants and drugs. A wise man once said, DNA is the future of medical science.
Can you tell us what are the applications of DNA fingerprinting?
Mapping human genome and pinpointing gene segments.
In shows like CSI and NCIX, DNA fingerprinting is used to catch criminals, but it's also used to determine paternity.
Smoking is not the solution. Smoking is injurious to health. Don't smoke.